My sister asked her deadbeat, absentee birth father to walk her down the aisle, instead of the man who raised her. Now none of them attended the wedding. Part 3. It has been the weirdest week and a half ever. My sister was set to get back from her honeymoon this morning, and she is coming by today to talk to our parents. We've had some relatives call and ask about everything that happened. My mom has been telling them most of the truth. She is grossly downplaying the money part. Most think she is horrible for leaving Jeff in our lives, and not letting her know that my dad, Clark, was her bio dad the whole time. I actually think if my sister decides to cut off my parents, they will too. I don't know right now. I'm obviously still going to be here until college, but I might too if Tiff does. Jeff is dead. We got notified earlier this week by one of Jeff's brothers. He said he was only contacting my mom as a courtesy to Tiffany, and asked she not find out until after her honeymoon. Then stated this would be the last time anyone from his family would ever be contacted. The apparent cause was drug overdose. Jeff was found in his hotel room right after the wedding weekend with several empty vials of prescription drugs and several empty bottles of alcohol. My parents have been anxious all day. They're making me anxious. I can't wait for Tiff to get here so we can get this over with. Update: my sister got here a few hours ago. She walked into our living room. My parents were standing there. My sister looked at them and said, "Did it work?" My parents started nodding, then everyone began smiling and hugging. She said, "Great plan, Mom." I was so damn confused. Mom then started, "Yep, OD just like we figured. Your dad did good getting the spiked booze into his room." Tiff: "Yeah, how'd you pull that off without him noticing?" Dad: "Seriously? Guy was such an idiot and so out of it all the time he wouldn't have noticed if I left a live bear in there. When we went up to his room together just before the rehearsal dinner, so I could give him money to give to you as a wedding present, I just pulled the bottles out of my pockets and put it in the mini fridge with rest of his booze and dropped the empty vials around the room, while he fumbled around looking for his cigarettes." Mom: "How much was the policy worth?" Tiff: $565,000. New house, here I come." Mom: "I'm so happy for you, baby. You deserve it." Tiff: "Yeah, I do. 2 years of dealing with that loser, cleaning him up, listening to his sob stories. He's always the victim. Ugh, my skin crawled when I had to hug him." Mom: "No clauses in it about overdose or anything?" Tiff: "No, I made sure of that when I took him to get the policy. Moron would have signed anything I put in front him." This is when I chimed in, "What did he sign?" Tiff responded, "A life insurance policy, with me as the beneficiary." She turned back to our parents, "I'm just so sad you guys couldn't be at the wedding. It was nice having Tim, that's me, walk me down the aisle and we got some good pictures, but I wanted you both there so bad. It did help me look sad for the guests though." Dad: "I know, sweetie, but we will stick to the plan. We spend this year low contact while we reconcile, then next year we do the small beach redo wedding with all of us." Adam, sister's husband: "Will be okay with that?" Tiff: "Yeah, he will do anything for me. He's the sweetest, best guy ever. Oh, and then can you finally legally adopt me? I already got rid of Jeff's last name, though I'm sad I never got to be a Malcolm, our last name. But can we finally get him off my birth certificate?" Dad: "For sure." Mom: "Oh, it feels so good to be done. 5 years wasted on that guy. I never got 1 cent of child support, all the times I had to give him money. You were the only good thing that came out of my poor college decisions." I chimed in again here, "Wait, I'm confused again. Is Dad not her bio dad?" They all looked at me puzzled. My dad said, "No, bud, I'm her stepdad. I didn't even meet your mom until she was 5. I responded, "Then who's Tiff's bio dad?" Dad: "Jeff, Tim, don't be a dumbass." Then they all laughed. My sister came over and hugged me and said something about catching on. Then they all laughed. My mom reminded my sister about no contact for the next month, then Tiff left. I've been in my room since. I made the mistake of watching some horrible Netflix show about a guy who burned his family alive on Christmas. So now I'm extra on edge. My mind is total mush. I am so disenfranchised. Really leaning towards out-of-state college.